Due to the nature of things in our country, the United States of America, I feel that it's necessary to remind people of certain things. In America, the population is 345,426,571. Average age of someone is 38 years old. Compared to people in federal offices, 542. 542 people compared to this many is equal to 0.000157% of the entire population. That is equal to one strand of hair on the human body. 1,280,000 police officers, which is equal to 0.3705% of the US population, and around the exact same number of active military, which is also about the same. The police and military would be equal to basically your foot. I feel that it's necessary to remind people of these percentages and how many people there really are out in our country. I always think of the movie A Bug's Life. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It came out when I was a kid, and it basically talks about how many ants, let's just say, for instance, 345 million ants are working for a few grasshoppers. And the grasshoppers come in and they say, "Where's our food? Where have you been? Why don't you have it all together?" And they threaten the ants, and they threaten the ants, and they threaten the ants. And the ants are terrified of the grasshoppers. Most of the ants are absolutely terrified, and they think there's no way that they can do anything else in the world except bow down to the grasshoppers. But one ant finally stands up and says, "You know what? No, we do not have to do what they say." But the one ant on his own couldn't have done anything because he's one ant. But with many ants, many ants, they could defeat the grasshoppers without issue, and they end up, not to spoiler alert, but they do end up doing that because they find their true power, which is within us as well. And I feel that it's extremely necessary right now to tell you, and maybe you feel exactly how I've been feeling, which is there's so much going on in the world, and the world is answering. And I feel like we can also answer this call that is saying in our bodies, you need to do something. And together, if we all come together and do something, then we will not fail. The numbers don't lie. We have the power to do something, but you have to act, and you need to be acting every day. Even for you, if that just means being a force online, if you're not one of the people that gets out and talks to people or can get out. Like, I know some people, they can't physically do things like that, but you can, whatever way that means. If you're talking to people, if you're online, communicating with anyone, please pass along this message that we can be a force for change in America. We do not have to bow down to anyone.